Okay, everybody, thank you so much for coming out today. My name is Christy Thompson, and I am the Sales and Marketing Director here at BIS. And just a few things before we get started on how to boost holiday profits by promoting specials on social media and the web. Just a few housekeeping items. If you have any questions, you can put them in through the chat. We're going to keep you muted until the very end of the presentation, then we'll open it up for some questions. Like I said, feel free to put it in the chat and we'll try to stop and answer them. If not, we'll hold them till the end. But I'm going to go ahead and introduce our speakers for the day. We have Phillip Long. He is the entrepreneur and author. He specializes in providing technology and marketing solutions to businesses along the Gulf Coast. He's worked in the IT and marketing industry for over 15 years. He has 600 plus clients from Mississippi to Pensacola, all the way up to Auburn, and he's the current owner of 5 businesses. Plus, he has a really amazing certification, the Certified Information Systems Security Professional. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Phillip.
Great. Thank you so much, Christy, and thank everybody for joining. We appreciate you giving us some of your time. We're going to really try to make this worthwhile for you. So I want to introduce to you Miss Kinley Sweet. She's our social media manager, and she is really focused on providing effective digital marketing strategies for businesses right here on the Gulf Coast. She's worked with 20 plus social media clients here on the coast, as well as she's handled over 50 plus social media clients locally and even nationally. She studied communications and marketing at the University of South Alabama. And she's new to our team, but not new to this industry. So we're really thankful to have her. Welcome, Kinley.
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here and be with you guys.
Well, good. Well, we're going to jump in because, of course, this is the time of year that really a lot of, especially whenever you start talking about retail and people make their money right now. A lot of times people even stage their business so that they can open up in time for the Christmas season. And what we want to do today is talk about how we can drive traffic to your business by using, digital marketing, social media marketing primarily, and some other, avenues. Because a lot of companies, if they do get off track during this time of year, they really can have a bad year off of it. So we want to really focus in on some things. So one of the big things, and I want to kind of just ask you about ideas that you might have, starting with a good offer. What is a good offer? Let's kind of go through some of those.
Yes. So, a good offer for any business, whether you're selling a product or you're providing a service, it really doesn't matter what your company is doing or what your business is doing. A good offer is something that, of course, is geared towards the holiday season. This is the best time, like you said, the biggest time for even a lot of companies to bring in the most revenue they can throughout the year. So you want to make sure that it's geared towards the holiday season because that's when you'll be having your special or your offer. And also, you want to really keep in mind when you're creating and coming up with a good offer for your consumers and your followers on social media, you really want to remember, even though it is a season of giving, it's great. People love to receive special offers, giveaways. They love to be a part of that. You really need to remember it's also the season of competition. And I think that's really important when you're thinking of what type of offers you are wanting to create for your perfect consumer.
Yeah, I like that. We're basically, I guess, one of the things that I always think about is, I think of two things. Number one, I'm always trying to drive towards what I call a we do, not a me too. So you want to position something more along the lines that maybe only you can offer. Or you want to, a lot of times, I work with clients and I see a lot of great ideas. They'll have a product that's basically a commodity, but they'll bundle their services or their approach with it in order to make it really special, make it unique. And I think that's something we always want to think about. So let's talk about, just some examples. What do we have here?
So one of the first examples we have, if you look at your screen, is a flash sale. Now, something with a flash sale that is great, in utilizing this on your web, with your web presence or your social media channels, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. One of the things you want to keep in mind when producing a flash sale and advertising your flash sale is to make sure that the sale that you're offering, for example, on your screen you'll see 60% off. That needs to be the hierarchy of your lettering on your sale. People want to be able to look at your graphic and see what you're offering. And also, you want to make sure that you're putting the code that you're going to be offering. You don't want to leave that out of your graphic, because when you're scrolling through social media, the first thing you look at is the image before you read the text. So you need to make sure that you're including the sale you're offering and then also the code. So it makes it very easy for customers to remember and then, of course, use that code.
Exactly. And another thing that I think people often they the old adage that I know that only 50% of my marketing is working, but I don't know what 50% it is, so they're scared to change anything using those codes. And most point of sale systems, they have the ability to even prompt for a code, and so that you can actually go back in and track those changes or track those sales, so that you can then associate that. And I guess you could do a different code for different channels even, right?
Yes, that's the best idea, to be able to track where your customers are coming from, what social media platform, of course.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we got another example here. What do we have going on here?
So next, another real popular one you see, especially around Black Friday, is the buy one get one freeze. To me, I think the most important aspect of buy one get one free is really the ability to increase your quantity of what your customers are buying. Buy one get one free brings people in to get that product, but then also they're going to want to spend more and receive more items, because you're buying one and then you're getting the second product free. And then another great part of this example, on for this ad that's used on digital platforms, is it also on the below the buy one get one free, it talks about the free shipping you get. And the best part of that is you're kind of giving them an incentive. If you buy one, if you go to our site or come in stores and you buy one and get one free, well, guess what? You're also going to get free shipping on your order if you spend $50. So it also is another incentive to buy more product online.
Yeah. And I guess, from a purchasing perspective, you can make deals with, it's not on in this slide, but, you can also lean on vendors to talk about, hey, we're going to be doing this promotion. Can you help me with the funding for some of the promotional, the boosting ads and things like that? But also maybe even, let's talk about a lost leader, which some of this could possibly be even a lost leader, right?
Yes, for sure.
Yep, got it. So let's jump into this next one. What's a mystery coupon?
So this is kind of, to me, and I think a lot of people, is a really fun way to receive a discount. A lot of stores you see around the holiday times, they'll send out maybe an email or have on their website or their social media mystery coupon. And the best thing about this type of discount and coupon is that you have to click on the ad. So whether it's on your social media, you're going to have to click on the link that's in your social media, and it'll click and open, and you'll have a mystery coupon. That really is a big deal when it comes to conversion, getting people to your website or getting people to click on your email. I think that is one of the best ways to handle conversion and get people to your site to then use their coupon.
Yep. And of course, this one also has, you can take a percentage off, additional percentage of purchases over $100 or more. So again, we're trying to drive sales upward, the dollar amount, in order to take advantage of the discounts.
Yes.
Got it. It's good. All right, let's look at here's another one that we're seeing from overstock.com. And I kind of see a kind of a double layering of coupons here. It's kind of one,
Mhm.
tell them one time and then it's good, but hey, we'll even make it better.
Yep. I think this type of advertisement, especially on all your digital platforms, your social media, it's a really great way to kind of, first of all, reward your following on social media with this special coupon. And then another way you can look at it as such a great incentive for business owners, especially small business owners, is it's it's a free way to advertise your coupon. There is no printing, there is no need to print it, so you're saving costs by just using it digitally, whether it's on your website or it's on your Facebook and your Instagram. And for a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll just screenshot it. They don't necessarily need to print it, and you just go right to the website and you have either some of them come with codes or you have it on your phone forever. So there's no way for your customer and your followers to lose that coupon.
hmm Yeah, and then even worse than I guess the printing cost of a coupon is the delivery method. Are you gonna, you're gonna
Yes.
pay to be in a newspaper that gets delivered, or you're gonna have to email it out, and so on and so forth. Well, I know this stuff works because I have a wife at home, and we get coupons all the time, and they get stored in a special spot, so stored to be used. So I know this kind of stuff really works. Let's look at this happens to be a particular local client here. What's going on this example?
So this will kind of lead into another way to advertise, and that is giveaways. I know a lot of people, most people that are on social media see giveaways all the time. And I think during the holidays, it is extremely saturated with giveaways, but people love them. They love being able to engage with a company, no matter what social media platform it is. Mainly Instagram and Facebook is where giveaways are presented. But people love to see that the people they're following and the businesses they're following want to give back. And that's kind of where we tie in, the time of giving, not just the competition, but this more giveaways tie in more with the giving part of the holiday season. And that's what people love to see.
Yeah, and I can see also from what I would call, basically pouring goodwill into the community. You always want to be viewed as a giver, and I mean, I want to do it for several reasons. Number one, I want people to think of me that way, which I think is a positive. But also, you want to give. So I think this is kind of a double. It not only is getting people into your store and about a celebration or whatever, but also. It also is a way that you're giving something away, and that always kind of puts people where they like that. So I guess we'll move on. Let's talk about contests and giveaways and
Yeah.
some of those kind of things. Let's talk about a couple of these, hosting holiday contests and giveaways. Walk us through some of these examples, please.
Yeah, of course. So on your screen, you can see three different types of giveaways. So one thing you notice on these giveaways, whether it's on Facebook or on Instagram, is they feature the product that they're giving away. I think that if you are creating a giveaway using your business profile and you're not showcasing an image of what you're giving away, you're going to get less of a reaction. People
hmm
want to see whether it's even if it's just a gift card, posting a picture of the gift card, or as you can see up there, there's makeup, posting what you're getting. It it's instant. It's an instant reaction for people because their eyes go straight to the graphic that's on the screen.
Yeah. And then they see, yeah, I can see that where, what about like, say, for instance, if you're selling like a baseline product and you want to add something to it, how would you display that? Let's say that I was selling a home
Hmm.
and I was giving away a free, I don't know, living room suite if you bought the home by a certain date or something. I guess you would show the living room suite, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely, you don't want to lose sight of what your company or your brand is. So if you have a picture of what you're giving away inside a house, maybe for real estate agents, this would be a great way to do a giveaway inside a house that's maybe on the market that you're the realtor for. That is a good way to also boost, keep up with your brand, and people can still know who what company they're getting a giveaway from, but also you can still see what is actually going to be given away.
Got it. That makes sense. Here's another. You're talking about things that need to be said in the text. Walk me through some of these, kind of outlines of this is a type of giveaway, and, what are the things that need to be said in that text?
Yes. So on the next slide, we'll kind of go into the rules of the social media with giveaways. But here in the text of what you put is actually extremely important. It's almost, when it comes to giveaways and contests, it's almost more important than the graphic. And that's just because of the rules that Instagram and Facebook have created. Now, a big thing that I think a lot of businesses may miss out on, a great tool, is hashtags, especially on Instagram. And during the holidays, hashtags are going like crazy. If you go on Instagram, you can actually go to the search button down on the bottom and you can search hashtags. And you can
Hmm.
see which ones maybe in your industry are most popular. And I think it's very important to include that on your giveaway. And I think that may be something that some businesses are lacking when it comes to Instagram giveaways.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll jump in. You kind of mentioned earlier about the rules, and these are specifically Instagram rules. And I know that the rules have tightened up a lot, and if you don't follow them, basically your post won't get presented. Correct?
Yes, that's in a nutshell what happens. If you do not follow these rules that we're about to discuss, your post does get banned and can get removed from your page. So you must, in your post with your giveaway, like I was saying, the text is so important because of these rules. So the first thing you have to include, and there's no question about it, you have to include all of these things, are the rules of the contest. So on Instagram, let's say you want people to like the post and tag two friends. You need to state that in your caption that that's what you're requiring to be entered into the giveaway.
Hmm.
And then also another thing that you have to include in your caption and in your content is you have to offer the terms and eligibility, sorry about that, eligibility requirements. There we go. And you must do that. If you don't, then Instagram will take your post down. And you also have to always include the complete release of Instagram. For example, if you're doing a giveaway for a $50 gift card to your company, you have to state that Instagram is in no ways tied in with this giveaway.
Got you.
And yeah, and that's a big part. It's a big thing. And Instagram is so quick now to be able to pick up on the giveaways being done by businesses, and they will delete your giveaway, and that's the last thing you want to do. So making sure you follow through with these rules is vital in creating a giveaway or a contest.
Hmm. Cool. Well, let's jump over and we'll talk about Facebook rules.
Yes. So Facebook is similar to Instagram with their rules. I would say they're actually more strict when it comes to giveaways and contests. So on Instagram, if you've ever scrolled through your feed and seen a giveaway being done, it's normally by a business. It's not normally done by a personal profile. So that's
Hmm.
one thing that you can avoid is you really need to make sure that you're promoting and posting your giveaway on Facebook through your business profile, not on your private profile.
Yeah,
And
got you.
those, yeah, and some things that you have to include in the content that you write and in your caption on Facebook is the rules. just as the same thing occurs on Instagram. You have to always put the rules, and then you also must state that Facebook is not affiliated, just as you do with Instagram. And you must request permission to use their photos or content they submitted. So you can't just post something on your Facebook page for the giveaway without having consent from someone to use that that image or video or whatever content you may be using. And
Gotcha.
another big thing with giveaways that you see a lot on Facebook, and they're not successful, and it's a big rule. You really can't actually force people to engage with your post. You actually can't require that people like your page. On Facebook, the only thing that you can ask your followers to do is like the post and comment on the post. So you have to
Mhm.
be very careful with the rules you put on there. I know with a giveaway, you want to grow your page, but giveaways and contests is a really great way for you to interact with your following, but also grow your following with following the rules that Facebook has for those giveaways and contests.
Gotcha. Here's the thing that I think is often not done that is extremely important, because again, we want to know that our marketing dollars are working. So we need to somehow be able to tie back, pretty much everything we're doing from a sales perspective into some way, even if it's engagement, even if it's not necessarily sales. You may want to do it just off engagement, where you can go back and track which, if you did a white paper, or if you did, something that is, of value to your potential client. How do you know where it came from? So talk to me about using gift vouchers in a code. I mean, in a campaign.
Yes. So whenever you're coming up with your sales, your codes, your promotions, it is extremely important to be able to measure that, because we really do, like you said, want to be able to see how effective your promotions are, and are they worth it? Like, what is the payoff? So a big way you can do that is by using the codes. Now, you had actually mentioned it before, Philip, at the beginning, about using different codes for different social media platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you have, for example, you have an online store, or you have a place where people can check out online. You can actually add a promo code box, which you can see on the screen right now, and you can enter that code. Now, you can have multiple codes that are effective. I think if you do Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, let's say, you would do a different promo code for each one. That kind of gives you the ability to measure where your audience is coming from. Are they coming from Facebook, or was it more effective on Instagram? And that's a great way to be able to measure how effective your discount was, or your coupon, and also gives you kind of an in on where your biggest market is, what social media platform they use.
Exactly. Yeah. That to me is one of the things that's often missed. And even going back above that, is it goes into the fact of doing things on an annual, or at least a quarterly basis, so that you kind of have a game plan. And I see that so often, where people, they're doing stuff and just working, but they haven't basically identified their highest priority, if you will, and of who, they you kind of, I always want to ask questions of myself. I'm like, okay, who am I trying to talk to? What problem am I trying to solve for them? And kind of work it that way. And then even thinking about what time of year it is, and so on and so forth, and kind of theme things, because as the seasons change, people have different different kind of focus and all that. But again, kind of putting together, we do a yearly calendar, and trying to think through that. And again, an hour or two on a yearly calendar can really make your marketing budget go so much further by doing that strategy.
Yes, definitely.
Right. Let's talk about boosting and posts and creating ads. What's the difference between a boosted post and a created ad?
So when it comes to tying in boosting posts and creating ads and, creating revenue really in the holiday season, I think Facebook ads and boosted posts, I know they can sometimes get really confused with what the difference is. It seems like it's doing the same thing. So boosting posts is something that you do on your page of a existing post that is on there. For example, if you were to run a giveaway on your page, there actually is a small button. You're clicking that and you can target where people are going to be seeing your post. And the good thing about boosted posts is it really reaches out to an audience that's bigger than your following. Now, Facebook ads, the difference between them, Facebook ads is a great way to drive people to your website. Let's say you have a sale on your site and you have a coupon on your site. It's a great way to get people from Facebook to another landing page, whether it's your website or a site that has a coupon on it. That is the most effective way to get people off of Facebook onto a different digital platform.
Yeah. And on a boosted post, I mean, what I see a lot of the times, and I think, what we do is where you can almost, I call it firing bullets, not cannons, where you can, put something out there and see what type of engagement that you get off of it. And if it seems like, a lot of people are engaging in that content, you can flip around there and then you can boost it later, you know,
Yes.
and after you know that it's a hit.
Yeah, that's the biggest positive of boosted posts. And also another thing that some people may forget with growing your pages on social media, a great way to grow your following, especially during the holidays, depending on what you're boosting, whether it be a coupon or a discount or even a giveaway. Don't forget after you've boosted that post, whether it be for 5 or 7 days, which you do have the option to choose, don't forget to go in there and invite people that like the post because so many people, when they're scrolling on their feeds, will just click like, and they don't even know that they're not following that business. So don't forget to do that because you will see a tremendous growth in your social media platforms when you do that.
Yeah, exactly. Because now, of course, with the algorithms nowadays, I think that it's almost imperative that you have to, continue to boost because the number of people seeing things has really gone down over over time. As I guess the channel is filled up, it's like everything else. So. Um, talk to me about that, as far as like
Yeah,
how much money should you spend to hit a local market per boost or whatever.
Yeah. So let's use the example of a giveaway. If you are located in Baldwin County, let's say in Gulf Shores, we could just use Gulf Shores as an example. So if you're located in Gulf Shores and you have just made a post about a giveaway, but you really want to boost that so we can reach more people because in return it's going to bring more people through the door or to your website. The best way you can do that is by first selecting what audience you want to use. So when you go to boost the post, it's amazing the capabilities you have. You can select what demographic you want and what location. So if you're really only wanting to reach people that are around 30 miles of where your business is located, you can do so when you boost the post. Now, when it comes to the budget, another big thing between boosting posts and Facebook ads is you don't necessarily have to spend a ton of money to get a good reach and to grow your audience. On boosted posts, you could spend as little as $20, and if you select the correct demographic and the right location, you can get 200 likes on your post. And with that being almost 90% of people that weren't even fans of your page or have liked your page. So right
Yeah.
there, you grew your page, by 180 likes.
Yeah. That's exactly, and for really pennies on the dollar compared to print media and things of that nature. So, all right, that's really what we had today. And for folks that are on our call today, we want to offer a free social media review. And I think this really has an enormous amount of value because, again, where I see people most of the time going wrong on this is that they're doing a lot of activities, but they don't have that top line strategy. And it's almost like once a quarter you got to challenge everybody to think outside the box again. And so that's something that during this social media review is we'll come out, take a look at what you're doing, and ultimately challenge you to talk about the coming quarters and say, hey, what are you doing and why are you doing it? I think sometimes just somebody asking you those questions are often just totally missed. We also, if you sign up for one of our social media packages, we're going to waive the setup fee, and that fee, depending upon which package you go with, is anywhere from $400 to $500. So it's a significant amount of money, and really for that work, I mean, really, again, we're helping develop that top line strategy, and putting together that yearly plan. So. And that's free for everybody who is on our webinar today. And all we ask is that if you want to take us up on that, let's try to get it in before the 1st of December, just simply because of all of the having too many offers out there. Sometimes we'll get overwhelmed. So, and we want to really have the opportunity and the time to take into consideration exactly what you're trying to get accomplished so that we're not rushed. And in order to receive that, all you have to do is just email events@askbis.com. And I guess now we'll open it up for Kinley and I for questions. Christy, anybody typed in any questions in the chat?
Yeah, we had one come in. What about a poll?
A poll, like a flagpole? No, I know
No.
what you're
Like a poll on, I guess, like Facebook and Instagram. Like,
Yeah, that's I think to me, and I'll let Kinley respond. To
Yeah.
me, that is genius. To me, that's
Yes.
genius because ultimately what you're looking for is engagement. People, after they see you and you're asking questions and all that. I'm a big fan. There's a guy who wrote a book that I read probably 20 years ago, maybe not that long ago, but a long time ago, called question-based selling. And in essence, you're really gonna suit your the needs of your clients so much better by asking appropriate questions, because it does on several levels. It shows your interest. It shows that you're engaged by asking a question. It also shows your knowledge. So what I would say if I was writing a poll question, I would really think through that question, and I would think about you know why I'm asking that question. I think sometimes you see it and people are just getting too cute and it has no meaning. It doesn't actually work towards the solving of the problem of the person that you're trying to help, what we call our avatar. So I would definitely do poll questions. And you can also find out a ton of information from your client. Say, you want to know what looks better. If you got, some pictures of some outfits or whatever you're selling, you like the red one or the blue one. And it could help you with inventory. I mean, really, you could use that in a million different ways if you're thinking through the question and asking it correctly. I took all the glory out of that one, Kinley, but you may have something to add.
You killed that. That was spot on. But yes, they are a great way for you to engage with your following. They're also a great way for you to get to know your clients and your following, which Philip said. And also when it comes to questions, go ahead and ask questions in more more posts besides poll posts. Ask questions in your giveaway post. People love to know that the company that they're following wants to hear back from their clients and wants to create engagement and build relationships. Really, that's the end game. You're wanting to build relationships. So ask as many questions as you feel you need to, and people will respond. They love to leave comments, and they love to know that a company cares about their opinion.
Okay,
Yep,
great.
cool.
Well, we've got two more questions. Should you post on social media that you will be closed on the holidays?
Oh, it's
Personally, go ahead. Go ahead, Philip.
yeah. You go ahead, Kinley. I jumped on
Okay.
the other one.
Yes, I think on Facebook, I think it depends really on what social media platform you're looking at. I do think it's important to let clients, potential clients, and your followers know that you're going to be closed. I do think that's or very important, but also sometimes depending on the holiday, it may be kind of obvious and it may kind of mess up your branding. On Instagram, a lot of people have a certain look that they want on their feed, because that's huge nowadays. And I don't necessarily think you have to post that on your feed. Maybe in stories when it comes to Instagram.
Great.
Cool.
Okay. How can I tie in my online giveaway and promotions in store?
Philip, you want to
In
answer
store.
that? Or you go?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay. So a way, I think what they're asking is basically how do you get someone off of the internet to come walk into your store? I think a huge way of doing that is offering in-store promotions that are only valid in store. I know a lot of people, a lot of websites, even popular clothing brands, let's say, for example, Old Navy, they'll offer a certain discount that's only valid in store if you shop in store, or a certain code. So I think just knowing what target you're wanting to hit, and if you're wanting it to be an in-store giveaway, you can have them receive the product in store, instead of mailing it to them or giving them a coupon code.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a great platform to promote in store, and if it were me and I ran a big ad on that, I would think about what am I going to, how am I going to set the store up? If I'm going to try to drive a lot of in-store traffic to my store, I'm going to even think about how do I catch that ad on sale. I'm going to think about what's at the entranceway, what's on the counter. We spoke earlier in our meeting. We're even talking about using text, texting, and maybe you need to have that a clingy or whatever stuck to a piece of glass right around the register so that people can see that. They can text a code to join your basically your network, so that then you can text them on given intervals so that you can continue to drive that business. And I think really the takeaway is that we've got to get creative, we got to be thinking, and we got to move the ball every day. You don't have the luxury. There's a lot of people competing with with for our business, and we're going to have to be ones that are offering that that we do experience, and then we're going to have to remember we got to ask for the business.
Yes, definitely.
Great. Okay. Well, that's all the questions we have.
Well, great. Well, I'd like to thank Christy for getting all this set up for us, as well as Kinley for kind of helping us inform our thinking on how to use this during the season. And I'd like to thank our audience for watching. I hope this has been beneficial. Again, if you have questions or you'd like to take us up on our offer, you can always email us at events@askbis.com, and you can also go to our business university page by going to Ask BIS and clicking it upcoming events. We have a lot of events that are upcoming. We've just recently added a podcast that called Success Failed with Phillip Long, where I'm going to be interviewing a lot of business owners here on the coast with important topics, really to help us see through, really learn from other people's mistakes, I guess I'd say. So for now, we're going to sign off, and again, thank you guys for watching. We look forward to seeing you shortly. Have a great afternoon.